Hi guys, this is Ramona Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode 6 of season 2 of the Big Bang of the Big Bang Theory. Yoko Ono to the R power. To the R power. So here we go, guys. I love this episode because it focuses it focuses on one character. In this case, it's Sheldon. It is Sheldon again. When he publishes a paper, then he gives a presentation on his paper to a group of grad students, where the guys, meaning Raj, Howard, and Leonard, meet Ramona, one of the grad students that was present at Sheldon's presentation of his paper. Now, here's the deal. Again, just like Sheldon is crazy. We all know that. But in this particular case, it's Monday. And every Monday he gets pizza. And obviously Ramona is captivated by Sheldon's paper, and in turn, with his presentation of his about his research. So she offers him to buy him the pizza. And of course, Howard and Raj and Leonard are like to Sheldon. Sheldon, you know what you just got. You know what you just got. Not only a super fan, but you just got a kind of a date with a group with a date by accident with Ramona. A pizza date with Ramona. With Ramona. And of course, Sheldon is oblivious to the fact of how relationship like dates work, and he's like, "No, I just got free food." But as the episode progresses, moves forward, the guys notice that yes, Ramona offering herself to get Sheldon the pizza that he wanted on that Monday wasn't a one-time thing. She was coming to the apartment every day to work with Sheldon on his new theory, on his new perhaps new discovery. And of course Penny would notice, because Ramona started to think that Penny was actually being her enemy, her love interest enemy with Sheldon. With Sheldon, yes, like you just heard. Ramona started to think that Penny was actually in love with with Sheldon, which was pretty weird. And actually, when Ramona again brought brought takeout brought Thai food to Sheldon, Penny was Penny Penny was surprised to hear that Ramona was at the apartment complex to see Sheldon, and she was like, "Are you sure, Sheldon Cooper, the one that looks like a praying mantis?" And Ramona was like, "Yes." And again, Penny was in shock, like we were all, like, all of us were. And again, Ramona showed up, and this was starting to become not only creepy, not only funny creepy, but the funny thing was that Sheldon was oblivious that Ramona was basically stalking him. And to top it all off, the guys, meaning Howard, Raj, and Leonard, were sitting on the couch to have a kind of a viewing party, kind of a viewing what's going on part, what is going to happen next party. And Penny arrived, and Penny again, she was curious too to see what's going on, to see what was going to happen. And Ramona was like to Sheldon, "I did not know that all of your that the guys, I mean that the whole gang, including Penny, the one that is obviously infatuated with you in secret, is going to join us, are going to join us." Then Leonard was like to Penny, Howard, and Raj, "Okay, let's go. Let's let these two have some alone time, whatever this might be." And of course Penny was like, "Come on, Leonard. No, can we stay a while? Can we stay for a little bit? Can we stay there? Can we stay here and watch?" And Leonard said no. So they went out to the hall, and basically Penny asked the guys a very good question, a very good, perfect question regarding Sheldon. And this was the question. I mean, I'm gonna paraphrase it. I'm gonna try my best to paraphrase it. How could Sheldon become himself? Meaning, what does Sheldon like? Is he into me, meaning a girl? Is he into alien? Is he into Freddy Krueger superfan girls, etc. And then Howard said, we have come up with our own theories how Sheldon can clone himself, or reproduce. And the most common theory that we have between us three meaning Leonard, Raj, and myself, is that he he will reproduce himself with mitosis, which is he will stuff himself with so much Thai food that his whole body will start to shake like crazy. Like crazy, and eventually shakiness that shakiness from all that Thai food that he's been shoving his mouth with, that shaky reaction will make his molecules separate and create another him. So in the end, so then Penny was like, "Oh my God!" Although she didn't say "Oh my God," but she was like, "And here comes the night nurse. Thanks, guys." Then a couple of days later, actually 2 days later, it was Halo night. Halo night, and of course, when it's Halo night, you know, Sheldon loves to. It's always Halo night. It's always Halo night on that particular day. But tragically for Sheldon, Ramona said no Halo night no Halo night for you, Sheldon, because a great man once wrote, and again I'm paraphrasing, work has to be done by the great ones, and they don't have time to be ungreat and waste their time with Halo night. And who was that great man? And of course Sheldon said, "Drat, that was me." So he, for the first time ever in his life, in his Halo playing career or Halo night playing career, Sheldon said no. And over time, then we see a time lapse. And over time, Ramona's stalkingness of Sheldon was becoming very creepy, was becoming very uncomfortable, funny uncomfortable, to the point that Sheldon was hiding, tried to convince Leonard to activate one of their roommate agreement clauses, like one of the roommate agreement clauses was, if Leonard were to turn into a zombie, Sheldon had every right to kill Leonard Zombie to preserve himself. So Sheldon tried his best to convince Leonard to activate, or to let him activate one of the roommate agreement clauses, but Ramona woke woke up after she didn't see Sheldon in his room sleeping, and then the next morning, Sheldon broke through, broke through his his research, and of course Ramona was happy for Sheldon, and then she said, why don't you call your why don't you call your achievement in your research the Ramona Cooper. I can't, guys, I can't remember the name, but then Sheldon said, you want me to put your name and attach it to my name in my own discovery? No, get out. That's what Sheldon said. Then Ramona stormed off, and Penny was like, "Hey, Ramona," like sarcastically, and she and Ramona said, "Bite me," and then that was it. So what I'm trying to say, Ramona, in a weird way, became Sheldon's stalker girlfriend, but this is just, and I got my video title from the Beatles, because there has been an speculation that Yoko Ono, John Lennon's wife, was the reason why the most famous quartet of Liverpool broke up, meaning the Beatles. So Ramona in this case was a funny version of a funny version of Yoko Ono, because she basically isolated with her stockiness. She isolated Sheldon in a funny way. Isolated Sheldon from playing Halo, from Halo Night, and of course the rest of the gang, meaning Leonard, Howard, and Raj. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of this episode, and guys and girls, what is your favorite Beatles song, if you have one? And have you ever, who's a superstar or a famous celebrity that you are a super fan of? So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and Until we nerd again. Bye.